Hello, welcome to the series about rugby league betting review for the £1 million game, a controversial £1 million game in some quarters. We've all seen comments from Ben Cockayne and others about how it's a lot at stake. Well, that's not for us. We're just obviously looking at the odds. Obviously, it's a massive game, second really big game in a week for Hull KR, especially obviously they lost that game by a point last week against Huddersfield, which would have kept them up without having to go through through this nervous game like this is going to be. It's very very tense. I think it's going to be very close. I don't think there'll be too many points in it. I think players will be very very frightened of making mistakes. Bookies just about favour Hull KR, about 4-6 Hull KR, and about 5-4 for Salford. About 4 points starting get for Salford. I mean, again, I really think this is going to be close. I mean, Salford haven't really done so well in the middle eights, but I mean, it's worth remembering, that if it wasn't for the points deduction, they would have probably finished sixth in Super League. They'd have stayed up comfortably. So, they probably were the best team going into this process, but they haven't performed well. Hull KR won the middle eight game between the two quite comfortably a few weeks ago. So that obviously will give them the edge. Obviously the bookies favour them, and you probably just favour them maybe by 1 to 5 points, something like that. But like I said, with it being really tight, I suppose the value for me probably would just be Salford getting the 4 point start. I really don't see them being much in this. I think it could be decided by maybe Mancelato's kicking or something like that. If that, I just maybe think Hull KR just edge it, but I mean, really is that close? I think maybe look for value elsewhere in the betting. I mean, for scores, you've got Mancelato and Dixon about 10-1 for the first try. I probably prefer Seal about 12-1. But as for the Red Devils, Johnson's, I think he's 12-1, the shortest price. But for me, to me, Junior Sal, you're doing all right lately, about 16-1 for him for the first try. But I mean, like I said, the first try, think about first try bet. It's only 8 good odds, but I mean, it could be over in 5 minutes. Your bet could be down after an anytime try bet. Obviously, that lasts the whole game. Obviously, unless your man scores early. I think Josh Jones, he's playing quite well. It was quite dangerous. It's about 11-4. Score a try any time in the game as well. It's first, last, or whatever. But any time in the game, 11-4, Josh Jones. That'd probably be my value bet for the game. To be honest, like I said, this game where we don't really need a bet, do we? It's so tense. There's so much at stake. Probably in a way, probably bigger game than the grand final. Like I said, one of these teams, one of these Super League teams, will be playing Championship Rugby next year, which is incredible, really, because they've done so well and well done to them. Like I said, I think it will be really. I think the points total sometimes quite high in these games, but I think it'll be quite low. I think this really will be tense. I think okay, may just sneak it, but like I said, I think probably the safest for myself for getting the 4 point start. I think that is quite a lot when it could just be a penalty or a drop goal either way. Like I say, enjoy the game, but like I say, my bet for the game would be Josh Jones anytime try at 11-4. We'll see you later. I'll see you for the grand final next week. Goodbye.